Hello, I'm Rebecca. Welcome to the second instalment of the Cozy Girl Club. That was a whole thing before we actually got into just sitting here. So I put a little thing on Instagram asking what people might want to see from my second video, and the options were, I forget the first option, my Akatar fan casting, and my favourite and least favourite tropes, and tropes won this time. So, and I was actually quite glad because I need to remember actually to not have this, to keep it further away from my mouth because it makes it sound rubbish. I was kind of glad it was the tropes one because I've not actually had the chance to look at who would I cast in Akatar, and I know that I wouldn't cast like really famous people, so I'll be like hunting for these people. This will be, it'll be a task. So maybe next time. But it's been, what's been happening. It's been Christmas. That's it really. But I was determined. Well, right now it's Boxing Day, and I was like, I'm gonna get this video recorded and get it set up. I've got a new ring light thingy and something for my phone to sit on, and I don't know how I'm going to look. We did so many different tests with different lights, and I just looked like a shiny, I don't know what I looked like. So here's hoping, and I don't even know if I'm looking at the right place. I keep looking at the ring light and I keep looking at the camera and then looking at the mirror. So anyway, and also the window's open, so you might be able to hear like cars going by. I think Marty's just jumped in a shower, so yeah, it's great fun. So yeah. Anyway, let's get on with, what am I even doing? Favourite and least favourite tropes. Okay, let's get on with. Will I do my favourite tropes first? Is that what? That's what I'll do. We'll do that first. Got my trusty notebook, obviously. I need a sip of water. I think bit of ASMR. I've just went and soaked my book. Okay, so my number one favourite trope of all time, and yes, it's very basic, but I love enemies to lovers. Like, I just think it's superb. I think it makes it so interesting and so fun. Like, the more they hate each other, the more that I like it. I just love that. And I've got a second on my list as well, slow burn. So, enemies to lovers, and if there's that element of kind of slow burn, like, well, they won't they love it. I'm trying to think of any. God, we've got a new kitten. Well, he's kind of new. He's like 2 months old. So last week we had Tawny sitting here, and then we've got little Wren, but he's too crazy to come in. But I can hear him outside meowing, which is great fun. So enemies to lovers. Trying to think of any really good examples. Well, mind you, I talked about the Cruel Prince in my last video, didn't I? Though Carden was cruel. It wasn't very nice, but I suppose there was that enemies to lover thing, but it was a bit of a, maybe a strange one. Let me think. Anything else? I suppose I've got a court. Can't speak. I suppose a court of thorns and roses as well. Well, a court of mist. Maybe I should actually say, stop here if you've never read any of these books, just in case. Like, I'm gonna put like a spoiler thing before I even say any of this, because I'm like realizing you're doing bookish things now. You have to watch so you don't spoil things for people. But yeah, enemies to lovers is number one, with the slow burn tied into it. Like, the more they hate each other, the better. Like, I'm that twisted that in Fourth Wing, if honestly, what's his name? Oh, what's his name? What's the evil guy? The really evil guy that hates Violet and tries to kill her so many times. Not saying that I like people that try and kill their potential partners. No, but I'm just like, that's how twisted I am. Like, imagine they got together. What is his name? Jack Barlow. Imagine if Violet and Jack Barlow fell in love, even though he's pure evil. That's like taking it to the extreme. I remember on Instagram a few weeks ago, I commented that on someone's post, and I thought, oh my god, am I like exposing myself here? Am I gonna get? Are people gonna be like, Rebecca, that is shush? Anyway, but I've got here. I really like found family as well. So I like when people come together as like a little unit, essentially, and they might come from all different walks of life or different backgrounds and whatever else, different, I don't know, and they'll bring something to the table and they end up all being like found family or best friends. This isn't something book related, but me and Marty were watching. We didn't even finish it because it got too much for me, because the evil lady in the Power Rangers movie, the one that was out like a few years ago, whenever it was, she was just disgusting, and I actually couldn't watch it anymore because she was that disgusting. Just the way that she acted, and she pulled someone's teeth out. Anyway, this is getting a bit like, anyway, found family in the Power Rangers movie, like it's like 5 random people. Obviously, some of them go to the same school, but they just all merge together and become like a family of Power Rangers. So if there's anything like that in a book, I really, I really enjoy it. And again, I feel like I keep talking about A Coat of Thorns and Roses here, but I suppose that is potentially found family, but who knows who, just in case I'm spoiling anything out there, but who knows who becomes the found family. Or I really don't know if I'm doing this whole YouTube thing right, because I feel like I just talk an absolute load of nonsense. Oh, and I forgot to even say, so I've got my little mic again this week, hopefully it doesn't die, and I've got the little wind topper thing on it, even though I know it's not windy, but it's pink and it's so cute, and Marty suggested that I put it on this little glittery pen just to make it extra. But right, so that this video doesn't go on for ages, I've got like four favourites and four least favourites. The enemies to lovers, number one, then the kind of slow burn romance, because this is going to tie in with one of my least favourite ones, so we'll get to that. And then found family, and then my final one is, I love the underdog, like an underdog. I don't know if that is a trope, but I love when someone's like doubted, or I don't know, I like that whole cheesy like moment where like the wee geeky person, I couldn't even say that there, where the little geeky person just rises up and they're really powerful and stuff. So I suppose it's kind of like Chosen One, because I know a lot of people don't like that. Um, but no, I love that whole kind of the underdog, like they discover that they've got powers or they're special. I suppose I'm leaning more towards like sort of romanticy in that sense. But yeah, I just like when someone gets a chance to prove themselves, like, nah, like I am good at this, or I can do this. So I just, yeah, so that's my favourites. Now we're going to the least favourite tropes. I don't know if some of these will be controversial. They might not be, probably, I don't know. I've got four least favourite ones. So I do. Um, First one is second chance romance. I see, to be honest, I prefer talking about my least favourites. I think it's more fun. Like I like a good rant, but yeah, second chance romance. I can't be bothered with that. Like really can't be doing with it. That's so boring. Like, see if two people have been there, done that. I'm just like, I lose interest. I'm like, oh, boring. Like, there's no like, is it angst? Or there maybe is actually when you think about it, but there's no like excitement or new freshness. It's like, this is really romancy. Well, I am a romance and romanticy reader, so that's probably why it's like fallen into that category. But yeah, second chance romance, can't bother with it. I just think, nah, boring. Like, move on. That sounds terrible. Get someone new. And this maybe ties in with that, but instant love, I can't be bothered. Or insta love. Is it insta love? Do people shorten it down to that? Anyway, so instant love, and that one ties into the whole like the fact that I like slow burn. See if two people are like falling in love in the first chapter, or just even no, I can't. Or even like if it's a series and it's the first book and they're head over heels for each. I'm like, where's it gonna go? Like, where I like the slow burn. Yeah, that's it. I just can't bother with instant love or second chance romance. Can't bother with it at all. I just want something new, exciting, and fresh, and a bit of a chase. I don't want it to be too easy. I want it. I want to be reading it and be like, oh my god, will they? Won't they? Like, what's going to happen? But um, Grumpy Sunshine, I really can't be bothered. Like, it's more the sunshine I can't be bothered with. That sounds really bad, but if someone's grumpy, that's okay. But when they put the grumpy sunshine together, I don't know what it is. I just cannot. I can't be bothered with it like at all. Um, it's too. It's really, it is overdone, and then a lot of these tropes. I mean, enemies to lovers. That's one of my favourite tropes, but that is completely overdone. Um, what is it that I don't like about Grumpy Sunshine? Why can I not think? Yeah, Grumpy Sunshine. I find it really boring. I don't have anything really to say about that. I don't really know why. I think it's when someone's like too, I think it's the sunshine. It's when someone's too overly happy. I'm like, please just stop. Like, can we just stop this? I actually prefer the grumpy person to the sunshine person when it comes to this duo, but just never can really be bothered with it. But unfortunately, it's done in quite a lot of books. Probably like it is though, but I just need to go over it. My hair is a mess. Ben, come here. This is him here. He's a little bit cute. Are you gonna purr? Okay. Ben. Yeah, so my final one is pop culture referencing. I don't know if you can hear all that commotion going on in the background, but there is. Yeah, I was reading a book. I can't even remember what it was called, but there was so many references, like because the character, when basically she ended up in a book, and then the characters in the book weren't from her world, so she kept like almost like little comments to herself, like of like just pop culture references, and I was like, oh, like one or two is fine, but it went on and on and on, and I just realised I was like, I don't think I like that. I don't even know if it's a trope, but it's just something that I don't like. Maybe one or two, but it was like every sentence or like everything. Obviously, like the characters that were from the actual book were like kind of confused, or they just started ignoring her every time she said something that was like, what is she even talking about? So yeah, pop culture references is just a no. But then would it be alright if it was like in a sort of modern book where like it made sense? Possibly. Who knows? But right, so recap. So maybe if I do this, I can. So favourites, enemies to lovers, number one. Slow burn romance. Don't even know if that's a trope, but something I like. Found family and the underdog. So my favourites. Least favourites are second chance romance, grumpy sunshine, pop culture references, and instant love. I don't know why I keep looking here as if like I can see the words. I can't. But yeah. Anyway, this video was just a load of rambling, but then like I said last time, I want to just make videos that are just completely natural, just random. I've not done a lot of planning for it. I basically just asked a question on Instagram of what people would maybe want to see, and I've just like sat. So just think of it as like a little chat with a friend. You can sit and watch it when you're having your lunch or when you're, I don't know, when you're just relaxing. But then does it it's weird to say that because you're thinking that people would actually want to listen to my dulcet tones when they're relaxing, but maybe because I have heard quite a few people like the Scottish accent, but quite personally, when I hear myself back, I'm like, wow, that's Scottish accent. And so if you hear Ren again, the Scottish accent is a lot to deal with. So, yeah. So I will get this edited. I will upload it and we shall see how it looks. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. Again, I'm Rebecca. I run the Cozy Girl Club. You can subscribe to my YouTube and you can go follow me on Instagram as well. So, and again, it's that awkward like, how do we say goodbye? Do we just, yeah, I don't know. Anyway, see you next time. Anyway, see you next time. That sounded so stupid.